Today's story is called An Alien Adventure, and it was written by Tim Havnith. I was in the attic for the 5th time in as many days. When it came to my sister and I, my parents were hoarders. The confines of this small space over 30 years of what I mostly considered junk. But I care for my parents, and they care for these things. They couldn't get up to this attic now, the room that contained so many memories, things my sister and I had made or worn or played with. With their move to the retirement home coming ever closer, they needed my support. So here I was again, taking down boxes and folders for their inspection. They knew that most, if not all of it, had to go. It was a stressful time riddled with anxiety and heartache. Then I saw a reflection of light. Upon closer examination, I discovered it was the lens of a blue camera with orange that I faintly remembered as a toddler. It not only took photos and videos, but when I didn't want to sleep, it had games I could covertly play. But there was something else about this camera, a memory I couldn't quite grasp. "Do you want a Noah and Ellie story?" said Dad, trying to calm me down with a bedtime story. I just wanted to play rescue bots. I was fed up of being told I was too loud. Ellie was trying to sleep. But I did like these stories. So I said, "Yes, I want the alien one." My dad proceeded to tell the tale. One morning, bright and early, Ellie snuck into Noah's room and woke him. Noah waved his camera and asked Ellie if she wanted to meet his alien friends. Of course she agreed. She loved being part of her big brother's adventures, especially as Mum and Dad never suspected a thing. He had a book about some pups who also met an alien and started taking photos of the book. When Noah got to the page where the alien is discovered, he asked if Ellie would like to press the button. The page was special. Taking a photo of this page would transport them to a different place entirely. No sooner had Ellie taken the photo when she and Noah were floating out in space. The brilliant thing about these adventures was that they always got to a place perfectly outfitted. Good thing, really, otherwise floating about in space would have been very uncomfortable. They saw a huge metal dish. However, when it got closer, it wasn't a dish at all. It was a spaceship, shaped like the spinning top from a Christmas cracker. They were transported onto the ship. Noah instinctively held Ellie's hand, mostly to make her feel safe, but partly so he felt safe too. They were a team, and together they could handle anything. Not that they needed to worry. 3 friendly blue and purple aliens were speaking to them. In English too. How did they know English? No, wait a minute. Their mouths weren't moving. The words were in Noah and Ellie's heads. Wow, aliens are awesome. It just so happened that the aliens were heading home after visiting Earth for their mid-solar cycle holiday. They'd visited some strange standing stones with a village plonked in the middle, and it was clear that they knew what the stones were for. Not only that, but they liked spaghetti bolognese, Noah and Ellie's favourite. It always took ages for Mum to get the spaghetti ready, but within a few seconds they were all sat down eating and chatting away. The chairs were a bit uncomfortable because of the large hole in the back for the fluffy tails of their new friends. They were having a lovely time, but eventually Ellie started to yawn. When they'd left, it was very early. It must be nearly time for tea now. They said goodbye to the aliens, but before leaving, Noah, Ellie and the aliens gathered together. It was selfie time. The camera flashed as Noah took the photo. Instantly, they found themselves back in Noah's room. Mum and Dad were just waking up. It had taken Noah ages to find batteries for the camera. They were hiding at the back of a cupboard not opened for years. AA batteries were a bit antique these days since embedded silicon batteries became popular in 2040. With Mum and Dad poring over some old school reports, Noah snuck off into the garden to see if anything remained on the camera. The camera had triggered so many memories of those stories that Dad had told all those years ago. Scrolling through the photos, a single image made him freeze. The story about the alien. It had been a story, right? Well, that was an adventure. Thanks to Tim Havneth for that story.